Yeah. Go on, it's your turn.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Why don't we let Sean or Ghost Malone?
Yeah, introduce the channel, Sean.
Hey everyone, it's Ghost Malone EDC here live on Paddy Pals channel with Paddy Jud there. So, how you guys doing?
Brilliant.
I mean, obviously, it's a pleasure to have a proper professional in the house for a change. Because I mean, Sean didn't know that I was going to ask him to do that. So I mean,
No.
that's completely off the cuff and a complete surprise.
I think that's what we'll do from now on. We'll get the guest to introduce
I know,
themselves.
but you can't give them surprise them if you tell them up front that that's
More
what they're
fun.
going to do. No, but you'll have people preparing speeches and presentations and the like.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only reason I'm doing here, because I know we can shuffle them off very quickly. Yeah. But anyway, folks, thanks very much for joining us. I don't know what the hell is
You
going
just
on
smashed
here.
your fingers on it.
I don't know. I'm all over the place here, folks. But welcome to everybody who's joined us. We've had. Obviously, the word got out that Sean was joining us here. And Sean, it is Sean, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just it suddenly occurred to me. I'd heard you were called Sean, but I didn't realize. Didn't realize it was proper name. So we've got Sean in the house, and we've had people chomping at the bit and breaking the door down, waiting for us to go live since about 1:15. So the losers that have been waiting for us since I don't know 6:30 or something like that include
I think it's amazing. Yeah.
Tony's Ponies, Crispy Critter. We've got Byron in, and he should know better, for goodness sake. He should be off working on his cabinets again. And of course, we have Jason. And Paul Joseph Buggle, Stuart McCrae, Mikey. Oh, Mikey's in as well. GR Knives and Spiros. And oh God, and I mean, it's just exploded. So guys, you're all very welcome. And when I call you losers, just remember that you are my people. Okay. And I count myself amongst you.
Well,
so
shall we tell them a little bit about our guest? We'll do just a little bit, so it'll save him time when he's coming to Waffle.
You can get him off sooner.
Sean is somebody who I've been following for must be a couple of years now, Sean.
Yeah, it's been,
and he's been following me as well on the channel. And his wife is from this fair and green country, so it's that we had a connection. But I mean, Sean's very much into EDC, not just knife collecting. He does collect knives, but it's evolved around, a lot of it is evolved around his EDC. And he doesn't do a lot of videos, but the videos he does are comprehensive. The great videos on what he uses for EDC. The biggest thing that he's at the minute is he's an ambassador for Medford knives. Now, Sean doesn't buy a lot of hugely expensive knives. Now, he does buy good knives, don't get me wrong. But he is the Medford ambassador, and especially of the American service knife, which is when I first started following him, which was nearly 2 years ago. And we're going to talk a lot about the American service knife tonight, because Justin is just jumping at the bit to talk about it and see what they've got in the thing. But the nice thing is that I'm going to have to say, Sean has spoke to Medford, and hopefully I'm going to get a Ask knife to have over in this country. Yep. And we were just talking there beforehand. I don't know anybody with one over here, and it's a shame because it seems such a fantastic knife. Now, it's a Medford. It's going to cost you a few bucks. I'm not going to apologize for that because it's quality. You're going to get, if you want it, you want it. If you don't, buy a Sack Army. Sack Army?
A sack.
A sack, yes.
Okay, but before, well, I'll get into that in a wee bit, but any number of things. So, Sean, very, very welcome. And I'm glad to have you here. And it's been an absolute, I've been catching up on past reviews because while every now and again your podcast comes across my feed and whatever else, I've never actually subscribed. So I am subscribed now, and I'm following you religiously from now on. Of course, I feel completely at liberty to ban me from your subscriber list, but most everybody else on this group has. So, but it's only because I'm abusive in the chat, and if nothing else.
Yes.
But you're very welcome, and it's good to have you here. And everybody here is very glad to see you as well.
It's nice to have somebody on that does, it's got a wee bit different stuff that we get, especially over in the UK. Now, I know we've got our American audience, but even a lot of the ones that are in my circle don't have a Medford. And I think this knife needs to get out there a bit more. Do you know? And it's strange because Medford is so good at publicising himself. I can't understand why the likes of the Swiss Art or the
Ask.
I
Just call
can't
it
get
an
it,
ask.
an ask.
Yep.
The ask, and also the other night that we're going to see tonight, which I am really looking forward to get a bit more time with, is the other night.
Oh, the gentleman.
Gentleman Jack.
Yes, the
Gentleman Jack. He also has a beautiful Gentleman Jack, which I hope we're going to get to talk to. But I'm going to introduce Sean now, and I want to get him to tell you a bit about how he got into the ask, what it started, what made him want to get it, and what he's been doing for Medford. Now, obviously, this is very much a back and forward. Medford's very good to him as well. So go ahead, Sean, just take it away.
Yeah, so basically, back in November of 2021, I entered a contest and I won the world's first American service knife, which is actually this one right here. Started posting about it. I had it for 6 months before it was ever released, and got a real good feel for it, and just realized that for me, it's the perfect multi-tool. Fully modular. You can switch stuff out, set this up however you want it, anytime you want, and it's very, very easy to work on. That being said,
what tools are on that first one that you got? What tools were on it?
So on the first one I got, I'm going to put this one down. The closest I have, because I have a few here.
Yeah.
It comes with a spear point blade, and then
What's the blade steel on it?
S45 VN.
S45, blooming heck.
Yep. And it's almost 1/8 of an inch thick.
Really good knife.
Yeah. Very thin behind the edge. It also comes with a scraper and kind of a nail puller, and then you can tighten different size nuts with that, which is nice. Really good edge on that. Really good for scraping.
Yeah.
And then a can opener here. So, and all the tools are S45 VN, everything on it. And then it has titanium liners, S45 VN back springs. So real good walk and talk. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Greg Medford had talked to Jack Wolf Knives about the walk and talk.
He had, yeah.
Got his input. So that's what comes with, comes on the first, on the regular Jefferson model. This one is actually the pre-production #1 that I've been carrying in my pocket now for 2 years straight. It's just got some things switched out on it. I have the pit stop axles on here. I'll show you the difference here. So pit stop axles are basically, they're double-sided, so you can easily take off each side of scale instead of just having to take off the whole knife apart from one side.
Clever.
Yeah.
Very tasty.
This one, though, I have set up with carbon fiber scales. It's got a glass breaker on the end here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Sorry, the lighting's kind of bad. And I set this up for my liking. So I like the spear point blade. I think it's one of the best blade shapes out there for across the board type of usage.
Yeah.
Is there a reverse Tanto one as well, Sean? Or is it?
There is a Tanto blade. This one is the Tanto with serrations.
Oh yes, that's the one I saw.
Yeah. So real thick tip on that too. Definitely a working style Tanto on that.
Very nice.
Tell me this: is all the screws on it titanium as well?
Yes. So the screws and liners are all titanium, and then the rest is S45 VN on that.
So basically, that tantum under the serrations would be great for somebody who's got boats or goes out fishing, because it's going to be completely stainless in it, or nearly completely stainless.
Yes. They also do have some MagnaCut versions, and those will have the ASK symbol on them, and it'll say MagnaCut. So,
Right.
if anybody does get one of these and it doesn't say MagnaCut, it's not MagnaCut, it's S45 VN.
Do you know, it's funny, we've been talking about S45 VN just to let people who maybe don't know steels that well, but S45 VN was the upgrade. We first had Chris Reeves, who was in the S30V and then S35 VN, who joined again with the boys at Crucible to go up a grade again, and that's S45. And I have never heard anybody that's got one complain about S45. It just hit at the wrong time, because you then got MagnaCut, which got all the hype, An S45 has been dropped away, but it's an amazing steel apparently.
Oh yeah, I love S45VN. Almost all of my knives are S45VN that I have, minus my Chris Reeves Sabenzo, which is in Magna Cut.
Yeah, I'm jealous of that.
You're still going for the quality though there, Sean. You're still going for the quality, definitely.
Yeah.
So tell me this much, okay? And we're going to take a deep dive into this. Okay, so we're talking 3 tools with multiple functions. You've got your or is it 4 tools? The main blade, screwdriver, cap lifter, the chisel, and hex wrench.
Yep.
And was there a 4th one on there, or is it just the 3?
So on mine, I have a glass breaker, the one that I carry.
Glass breaker on the back. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got 3 tools with multiple functions on there.
Mm-hmm.
Again, thickness behind the edge it's quite substantial, isn't it?
So these actually come. I don't know the exact measurements of behind the edge and what this comes down to, but these come down to quite a thin edge on that, very slicey.
Sorry, my mistake. What I meant was it's good and substantial on the spine. I didn't mean behind the edge. Sorry, forgive me.
100%, yeah, real good.
Yeah. So these are working knives. This is a 100% working knife to be out and about with, put through some hard use. I'm taking it.
Oh yeah. I've done all sorts of different things with them. I batoned lightly with one. How
did that work out?
it worked out fine. I just didn't know how hard I can baton with it being, a titanium axle on there.
Yeah.
So
did you break it before you done it? Did you actually, take it out of the strain of the backlock? Did you break it and then baton it, or did you just have it as a fully out?
I did it fully out. I probably should have.
You flipping header.
See, there's always a professional.
I probably should have done it at half stop, but yeah.
I know what he was thinking. He was thinking, right, let's see what this can really do. Batoning. Let's see. Bushcraft knives can't be wrong. A knife has to test a knife, you have to baton with it. And
that is the first thing I do with every knife that I own is I go baton it.
So, I approve this message 100%.
I approve it, so I don't have to.
I think the point I'm getting to, and I'm getting it to in a roundabout way, is I think half of the problem or half the contention around the American service knife is a perception that it's in competition with the Swiss Army knife, with the Victorinox. And as a sack man myself, I honestly don't see that, because the nature of the tools are completely different. The multifunctional aspect is similar, but the nature and the quality of the tools on the American service knife seem to be, it's a completely different ball game.
To me, that you often hear it said a one and done knife.
Yeah,
that's what I think the ask is. It's a one and done. You've got a perfectly substantial blade that will do any EDC task that any normal human is going to want to do. Plus, you got some extra tools in there. The scraper, I use scrapers all the time.
Would you agree with that, Sean, or would you vary in opinion with that?
No, I'd agree with 100%. I have Swiss Army knives. I've got Tinkers and Field Masters. I got some classic XDs and stuff like that. I just prefer to carry this, but I don't think that this is in the same market as Swiss Army knife. I think it's just another multi-tool in that type of shape in that market. Something
the SAS version of a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, SAK Swiss Army knife, ASK American service knife, they're similar. It's just Medford's version of getting into that field. There's no way, and he's even said it in his videos, there's no way he can take over the Swiss Army knife market. No way.
You got to see this one. There you go. Dr. Drew, dude. There's always one smart aleck in the group, and this is a classic.
I'm
not sure which way you would go. Yeah, definitely. Back in your box, Dr. Drew, dude. Back in your box. Honestly, I tell you, they take liberties on this chat, so they do, Sean. But I'm just fascinated by the modularity of it, because it's. This is like the perfect storm for somebody like me.
Oh yeah,
who takes the Swiss Army knives apart and then rebuilds them again. So how easy is it to actually strip down and build up again?
I can show you right now. I have a little what is this, a T25 on my key ring. So, I mean, literally.
T25. God, that's brilliant, isn't it? None of this T6 and T8.
Yeah, something substantial.
Yeah. If I wanted to take off these scales and start ripping this knife down, I mean, take out those two, and it just starts popping apart. I dropped it on the floor. Sorry. And then
it's a good substantial knife. Don't worry about it.
That is absolutely super.
Yeah, and then you just start working the liners off. Give me 1 second here. It's kind of hard to do without it sitting on a table and trying to do it up in the camera here.
Yeah, don't worry about doing that in your hand.
Start working the liners off, and then you start pulling tools out and everything.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How many tools has he actually got now for the American Service knife?
Right now, there is 4 blade shapes, and then 2 of those also have serration. So there's 6, I guess, altogether. You've got the awl, the scraper, the rangefinder, which is actually on this one. This is a rangefinder. Bottle opener, which is on the one I carry every day. There's the awl.
I love the awl.
And this is the one I just took apart, so it's functioning without the scale on. But
when you see what Justin used to go through when he was taking the sack, he used to take the pins and all out of the sack, and it was such a hassle.
A nightmare. I mean, it's a nightmare. That's half the reason why you'll find snobs like me saying American Service knife. I mean, come on, it's got screws in it. What the hell would you want screws in the knife for? The true knife has always got pinned pins in brass, for goodness sake. And I mean that the thing about it is we're just jealous. It's as simple as that. The pain we've gone to get to take the damn thing apart and reconstitute it again or rebuild it is just not worth it. And you've done it in 5 minutes. It's just shocking.
It's so easy.
That's good.
And that's the great thing about it.
I have to say, I agree with you 100%. I think that spear point on that is absolutely gorgeous. I really do.
Yeah, and I think if you're going to get my Cup or S45 VN, that steel's for life. That'll do. You'll never. It doesn't matter what they bring out. That steel's going to do you for the rest of your life, and you can hand it down to your kids probably.
Yeah, but, you can mix and match handles. Handle scale options if you want to. That was just because I dropped the other one on the floor, so I just grabbed one of my other scales and threw it on.
Class.
It's brilliant.
I take it it's very much along the line of Medford's knives, that it is truly precision made, that there isn't any hassle, just swap anything out.
No, it's this one's made to take apart, and it's definitely precision made. So the awl is probably my favorite tool that they have.
Yeah,
I'm a bushcraft.
I do love an awl, I must admit. Now I have to say
it's got a real nice
I don't have it, no.
Scraping edge on there. Good for making spoons.
So now that you've satisfied the punters out in the chat in terms of showing them a knife, because if we don't show them a knife on a regular basis, then there's all hell to pay. Right. What I'd like to know is how did you become the ambassador for Medford?
Oh, yeah.
How did that relationship develop? Did you buy the knife when it first was reviewed, or were you offered it? How did it work?
So when I won the first one back in November of 2021, I instantly kind of started putting content out on it. And I actually didn't know I was a brand ambassador until I was speaking to them through email one day, and they asked if I wanted something because I'm an ambassador. And I was like, well, what's an ambassador? I had no clue. So, they told me, and then that's kind of just how that relationship came. And if you follow my Instagram or my YouTube, which doesn't have a lot of videos, I'm starting to pick back up on that again.
Yeah.
But daily it's ASK content, which I don't do it to keep in the loop or to stay an ambassador, because it's cool they send me stuff. That's awesome. It's cool to be an ambassador for a company, but I love the knife. And I think that's one of the main things is it's something that I love, that now I get something from and I get to be a part of, even though I'm not really a part of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, no, you are, because you're the visual sales, take away the Medford conglomerate. You are the on the ground sales rep, one off. I'm sure there's lots of other boys that do it as well, but that is being part of something, especially when you got in it 6 months before it even went to, you know, the sale.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a thing to get.
Well, it's the same thing. I mean, it's a lovely thing to have, but it's the same thing I say to Stephen about the Jack Wolf knife thing, and it's that honestly, they're getting you cheap because of the exposure you're giving their product to a very, very niche market.
Yeah,
I mean, you're giving them the kind of advertising and the kind of exposure that they would never get with normal marketing techniques. So I mean, it's a very good relationship, and never assume that the balance of it is sitting with them, because they need you as much as, if not more, as you need them, kind of thing. But I think it's lovely that the whole basis of your relationship with them and the knife is the fact that you love the knife.
Yeah, exactly.
And to me, it sounds more like a friendship relation as well with Medford himself. You seem to have that contact with him as well.
So I've only actually ever talked to Greg a handful of times personally, but the people within his company, like Lindsay, you'll see her on the live videos. Jeff, you sometimes see him. I have a close relationship with them and stuff like that. So,
well, I just think it's fantastic. So, if there was one tool that's not on there that you would like on there, what would that be?
A saw.
Yeah,
a saw. Yeah,
no hesitation.
It's very hard to get a good saw.
Let me tell you, I've got a bone to pick with you, Sean, because you and Stephen do my head, and the two of you, because both of you are scissors men. Yeah,
no,
you got a knife.
For goodness sake!
Exactly. I have a knife. I don't need scissors.
He thinks he has to have a pair of scissors. That's a Nancy boy way of cutting things.
Okay, so I'm a Nancy boy then. All right, I admit it. But so am I, and hundreds of thousands of other folk out there.
Is that the way the world is going? Nancy boys are taking over.
I'm going to start my own channel, Sean, and it's going to be building up the scissors-based community. That's what I'm going to do.
I love that.
I'm going to have so many seamstresses and grannies that on my channel.
Yeah, I can never understand the need to have a pair of scissors when you got a knife.
You can't have a sack or an ask without a pair of scissors. That's what they need to put on.
There was somebody here in the chat, Sean, that asked how many tools can you fit in the ask at one time. So with the ASK, they sell different axle kits too. So you can change this into a triple stack, keep it a double stack, or put it down to a single stack. And on a single stack, you can fit 2 tools or just a blade. Double stack, you can clearly fit, you could fit 4 tools on here if you wanted to with no blade. And then the triple stack, you can fit up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tools. So,
but the triple stack is as far as it goes.
Triple stack right now is as far as it goes. Yep. But you got to think about how thick this is. You know what I mean? Compared to, let me just grab this Tinker right here. So it's about the size of a Tinker with only 3 tools, and this has quite a few more. So you get a triple stack, you get past that, you're going to have a brick in your pocket.
Yeah.
And you're getting up to the sort of.
I mean, you think about it. I mean, you're talking. We were talking earlier about the Alox Farmer from Victorinox that you would be interested in looking at, and the beauty about the Alox models, because I think you're right. The Alox models are probably a closer approximation to what the Ask is, simply in terms of they're much more substantial tools in terms of thickness and weight. And
right.
I think you could compare them. I actually think, looking at, from what I've seen on your videos and everything, that the Ask is more substantial still than the Alox. But it's when you get a 3-layer Alox, that thing is in the bottom of your pocket.
Right.
If you've got a substantial knife at 3 layers, you do not want much more than that.
I was going to say, does it have a ring on it so you can actually put one of the wee pocket clips on it to hang it in your pocket?
So on which one did I have here? Sorry, I have them all sitting in front of me. There it is. So on the glass breaker, as you can see, it's got a little bit of a hole in it, and you can fit one of the key rings from a knife in through that and run one if you want to. I just don't do that. I carry it in a slip. So
I think I would tend to hang it in my pocket because that's what I do with all my. I use that wee clip on all my sacks when I carry them.
This is the blade shape Paddy you'll need right here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
What?
nice.
Yeah, Warren Cliff.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
You see, I like the spear. I'd probably end up pocket carrying because I'd rather have the spear because it does everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's such a lovely one. The sack. I mean, it's sort of a nostalgic thing. There's a lovely form to that, but it's fatter at the end. That's a lovely sweeping one. It's very, very like the Vampire Jack from Jack Wolf Knives.
Yeah, it's nearly like that daggery type
that
shit.
dagger type thing.
I've missed out on that Vampire Jack twice.
Oh, it's the best, Sean. Honestly, it really is.
Man,
he got his first one from me. I gave it away because I thought I wasn't going to get on with it. And the day I gave it away to him, I regretted it. And I've only just got the new one that came out. And it is just such an easy knife to use because of that blade shape. It's just so easy.
But it just looks like a knife. It's just, it just looks like it's just beautiful. Yeah. It really is.
I've never handled a Jack Wolf knife yet. Mainly because I carry this all the time along with my Sebenza or something like that. But I'm definitely not opposed to it.
Definitely.
The thing is with that sack, I can just see it being a knife that once you got used to carrying that out, especially for me, like especially the scraper on it. I don't know what it is about scraping. I love scraping things, but it just, to me, having that on me, I know I wouldn't need another knife. I'll still carry one because I'm a knife person, but I know I don't need one. It's like, what am I doing now? All right.
Thrifty's complaining he can't see all your face.
Oh, bless him.
He's not really complaining. He's saying it's a good day when you can only see half your face.
All right.
Beside the point.
Yes. No, I think it would. I just wonder, I'm really scared to have one because will I just carry it and not another knife? I don't think so.
No, not you.
No, I don't think because I only have 3 anyway. So
Sean's got a life. I mean, he has to use his knives properly. So
right.
But no, you'd still be changing it out. But I think it's one of those ones you keep on coming back to. I'd love to see it in hand just to see.
See,
I mean, we have to. I suppose at one point we have to address the elephant in the room.
I'd not thought of another tool that I would really like on the ask.
So you're going to ignore my question?
Yeah, we'll get to yours because mine's more important. Is he any? Do you know if he's got any thoughts of putting a magnifying glass on it?
I don't know that.
Because
that's a good suggestion. They always take suggestions for new tools. So
that's why I carry this. Justin made this one up for me with all the tools I wanted. And you see that magnifying glass if you're half blind and you want to check anything, it is so good. That's why I carry this every day, simply because of that magnifying glass.
No, Sean. I mean, you might be appealing to the blind pew side of the public out there, but honestly, Paddy's missing the point because if you're going for a thing now, actually, you might already have it. It's the inline Phillips.
Yeah, that's a real
inline Phillips.
Nope, there's not an inline Phillips yet. That's currently one of the things that's being developed. I know that they're working on, and also a stubbier pen blade. So I think what they're going to do, don't quote me because I don't know anything about the inside workings of them, but they're going to have a stubbier blade that's going to be about the size of these tools. So you can run 3 tools plus a stubbier blade, which is going to be
fantastic.
Yeah.
That would be that would definitely sell it for me because again, when he made that up for me, it was lovely because I was able to pick all the tools that I want off Victorinox and put them in the one knife. And the tools that I'm going to use, there's none of them tools I don't use in this. And they have a small pen knife as well in this one, isn't it? Yeah, the wee small pen knife. I would take that out before I take the big one out. I keep the big one sharp, and I'd use this for poking and hooking.
Yep.
Okay, Sean, we're going to take a quick break.
Oh, no,
for commercials.
Commercial, right.
I have to say hello to the guys.
All right.
I have to say hello to the guys.
Right.
Sean, please say hello to. We've got, as I've said, we've got Tony's Ponies in. We've got Dr. Jury Dude. We've got the infamous, notorious, the best, the most glorious Thrifty Kniffy. Good to have you in. And stop calling me a wee Nancy. Yeah, beardy. Yeah. We've got Mikey Newman in. We've got Sean in. Although I suppose it was me who called himself a wee Nazi, wasn't it? Yeah, I can't really blame him for that one. We've got Mikey Newman in. We've got Sean. We've got Paul. Joseph. We've got Baron still here, although he's threatening about going out for a cup of tea. Earl Grey's his particular poison.
That's gopping.
And we've got Mike Curtis and Six Gun Slinging's in as well.
Oh, great to see you.
And also, I think I saw Randy arriving. Yes, there's Randy. Yes, Jay, and of course, who have we got at the end?
GR Knives.
GR Knives is in, and Connor Simpson, and any number of other people Connor, as well. So you're very, very welcome tonight. We have as our special guest, we've got Sean from Ghost Malone EDC, and we've been talking almost exclusively, hopefully if not boringly, because honestly this is really interesting, the two of us, and we don't care whether it's boring you, because no Sean.
But you know, that's the way knife collecting has to be. Do you not think that you've got to get what you like, because you can't be passionate about something that you just think's all right? I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's just all right, it's you'll hear in my voice. But when I get passionate, it's when I get excited, and I've got to feel that about something.
100%. That kind of goes along like with the new Benchmade models. I'm not big. I used to be a huge Benchmade fanboy, but the new stuff they're coming out with, I'm not a fan of. No. So I don't get excited about it, so I don't buy them. So like I think the last knife that I bought was a Benchmade bug out. You know what I mean? I'm excited about this. Still love it. Still carry it.
But you went straight to the titanium, didn't you?
For Benchmade?
For the bug out, there's not a titanium one?
Nope. This one is actually just the regular plain old bug out. Oh,
right. I thought you'd got one with a dinosaurs or something on it.
That would be my only safe queen, which is weird having a bug out.
Oh, right.
But that's brass bug outs. I don't know if you guys can see that or not.
Like when you're talking about a Benchmade bug out now with titanium scales and all that, you're up to 250 quid plus. I mean, it's not a cheap knife anymore. Oh,
sorry, I was reading a comment. I'm kind of reading off my phone at the same time. Pay attention, Sean. Pay attention. Great.
Yeah.
Reading the comments. You'll just encourage them to put more in.
So you were going to ask the question.
Yes, the elephant in the room.
Do you know, I haven't even gone and checked this. I know, like Sean told me.
I mean, Sean's never been backward about or holding back the price or anything.
No, and
that's the elephant in the room, and it's what we always end up talking about is the price. I mean, we touched on it with the Benchmade. So with it, when we're talking about the ask, and I think that's where it's unhelpful, where you're comparing the ask to Saks, to Victorinox. Because you have to factor in the price, because the price is a big thing for people, isn't it?
Oh yeah, $240. You know, American. I don't know what that equals out to the pounds.
Yeah, usually by the time it gets over here, it'll be the same in pounds, if not a wee bit more.
Yeah, I mean that's a hefty chunk for some people, and a lot of people, give it, a lot of.
You're talking probably about $75 more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, for me, the price is worth it because I can set these up how I want. I can do what I want with them. More things are being developed. So I think it's just, for me, it's just a bigger package. And to me, it's worth the money.
Yeah.
And it's not a Swiss Army knife. I mean, like we said earlier, this is a different market compared to this. They're just similar, shapes and stuff like that.
But that's not knocking the Swiss Army knife either, because it's a fantastic little tool to have in your bag, a bug out bag, or having it in your drawer in the kitchen, or just even in your pocket.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just don't. I think we have to separate them more, and I don't think that's been done enough.
No, I think you are talking about a completely different thing. I mean, if I was going to compare the American service knife to anything, it would be to.
Top of the range titanium Leatherman with Magna Cut.
It's 250
quid.
Yeah. So that's where I'd put it.
Yeah.
And I mean, but the Leatherman's in a different category as well. But you're talking, that's what you're paying for is the materials and the design side of things. And if you're talking carbon fiber, titanium, and high quality powdered steel.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, you got to pay for it. Yeah. And it is, look, it's like Jack Wolf. It's so simple. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. You know, it's like everything in life. I can't afford a Porsche. I drive a Hyundai. When you have to make a compromise in your life, whatever you're doing. So
it took me 5 years. It took me 5 years to finally be able to afford, you know, a Sabenza.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I've had a couple, and they're some of the best knives I've ever had. What was that?
Yeah, Tony's Ponies. He said he just bought the Vic Winter Magic 2023 for 70 quid and had to lie down in the dark room. I know how that feels, Tony. I know how that feels.
Yeah, and I mean, there's lots of. When I first started collecting knives, honestly, the amount of things I said the price range that I wasn't going to go over, you know, starting from about 30 quid upwards.
Yeah.
And it just kept getting bigger and bigger because in the end of the day, for me in a hobby, it has to progress or I lose interest.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be getting something that's going to give me that little extra.
Yeah.
You know, rather than buying 17. I've been through that stage and I enjoyed every minute of it. But, you know, where I would have bought 17 cheap knives and then sold some of them to buy a dearer one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Losing money every time.
And
but
on that note, that's one of the exciting things about this for me is I can constantly switch it. I can constantly keep it new if I want to. You know what I mean? I don't have to carry the same tools if I don't want to.
I think that's the next best thing about it is because it's modular, you can update it. It takes most other knives out of the way because it is, to me, when you've got an S45AN blade, it's a knife.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I've got my collection drawer sits in my wardrobe, thanks to my wife who allowed me, as with all our wives, that we act on permission, I'm assuming anyway. But that's what you're saying is that you just change your knife to suit your mood. I choose a different knife each time. Now, to be honest, I'd much prefer to be able to customize the knife to suit my mood or my use or my function of that particular day. And it's just the way that's probably why we all start building up collections of Swiss Army knives. Mm-hmm. Now, given the price of them, you can afford to do that.
There's another question. What price is your average tool for the
That's a good
they ask?
I think $52.
Now there's $250 knife, and you're going to change it for $50. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And see
scales are $20, no matter what they are so far. Like that's got my logo. These are just some different ones. There's my dog on those. I won't show those ones because those are political.
I saw them on some of your podcasts. Yes, but even the posts, the pivot posts, the titanium pivot posts, you know, for the 2 and 3 layer ones, how much do they cost even?
3 layer is 60. I think the 2 layers are 40 and the singular layer is 30. But I could be wrong on those prices. I'm not on the site right now. So
that's fantastic, really. And they're S45V, and they're not just bog standard 420 steel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and lifetime warranty. I mean, I know a few people. There's a couple other ambassadors that have really put these through the ringer and have tried to get some absolutely stuck flathead screws out and snap a screwdriver tip, knowing, you know, that it wasn't going to come loose. They just wanted to see if it would. So, you know, they just send you a new one. Boom.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Now, can we just take I just want to appease these nice fellas in the talk box here. Can you show us the Gentleman Jack, which is another one that I think would interest an awful lot of people on this side of the pond? But can I ask you? I don't know whether you got a ruler there, have you? Or do you know what size? Do you know what size the blade is from tip up to the handle?
He's very demanding, isn't he, Sean?
He is very demanding.
Again, it's one of them ones I haven't seen on any videos of anybody over here.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do it this way. 7 inches. Oh, nope. Sorry, guys. 7 inches from to.
You're measuring the knife, Sean, right? You're measuring the knife.
Yeah.
What was the knife? Sorry.
The Medford Gentleman Jack, 7 inches from.
But it's the blade, because we have restrictions on blades over here. It's what length the blade is from the tip of the blade to the handle.
It is 3 1/8.
Yeah, you see, it's just over. And that's something that I don't know whether Medford had thought about or he's not interested. I don't know.
Well, most of his market would be America.
Yeah, most of his market is. But I think there's a place over here for his knives. there's more people over here now buying more expensive knives.
Yeah.
And I think if you could take that 1/8 of an inch off, because we're only allowed a maximum of 3 inches from tip to handle.
Okay.
And, do you know what I mean? I don't think that would be a hard process for him to knock 1/8 of an inch off, whatever, 100 of them, and then start selling them over here.
Right.
Hold that up again. Let's now that
Yes.
now that Stephen's said his piece, we'll get him to shut up a bit. And can you show us the knife so I get a decent look at it? Oh yeah. Oh, that drop point's lovely. Oh
Yeah.
it's almost got a sort of sawbuster feeling to the blade, not so much the handle shape, but to the
This one's the Air Jack. It's got G10 handles. Some of the other ones have titanium handles. The Gentleman Jack 2 has titanium handles, which is quite a bit more expensive. But definitely worth it in a blade show.
What's the blade steel on that one?
This one's S35. This is the only knife that I have that's below S45.
I've had a Medford S35 VN in one of my knives, and it was flipping amazing.
Yeah.
It's the best S35 VN I've ever had. And I done a live video cutting my front room carpet up with it in the slices, because I live in an apartment block. I was slicing it and cutting it just in the hand size so as I could carry it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was amazing. I outperformed anything I ever had in S35.
Right. Yeah.
Now, Jason, I would from a legal perspective caution you about being willing to carry a 3 1/8 inch, but I know exactly what you mean. If it looks as good as that knife, I'd almost risk it myself.
Did you see that car dump I done the other day?
Oh, Sean, it was a laugh. Talking about the legislation restrictions over here. His Nibs did a videoed public podcast of a pocket dump in his car, and he brings out this Spyderco Spidey chef.
Yeah.
This is like a flipping dangerous weapon registered over here, and now it's on full show on
But
YouTube.
I wasn't actually scared about the police. I was looking over my shoulder and all. I was sitting outside a gymnastics club for youngsters. My little grandchild's 8-year-old, and she was in doing gymnastics, and I didn't want the mummy me sitting with a big bloody knife in the front of the car. I'd just be the army would have been down.
Santa Claus spotted outside gymnastics club with dangerous weapon in hand.
Yeah. Your guys' laws are way different.
Oh yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's places over here in the States that like California has got insane laws on pew-pews and pocket knives. So New York, same thing. I mean, they'll arrest you for a sack SD almost in New York. It's ridiculous.
Well, you see, the thing is, once you get past a certain age and you stop doing the stupid things you've done in your earlier life, once I got to a certain age, the police don't stop me anymore to do, check whether I'm carrying drugs or doing whatever. So I can be a wee bit lax sometimes. Let's just say that.
I got to be extra careful because I look like a felon.
Sean, I wasn't going to go there. No. He's got his first groupie. I forgot. I never even thought of this before. He's got his first groupie. Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
I have a ghost. Casper the ghost. That's what I'm going to call him from now on, Casper.
Oh, holy Moses. He didn't have that last week, Sean. That's the thing that really worries me. So anyway, so we're moving on, and I want to move the conversation on a little bit more because the focus of your podcast is not strictly speaking knives. They feature and whatever else, but your EDC. Yeah. And I was watching a few of your videos the other day, and in terms of the evolution of your EDC bug out bag and any number of things. So why did you go with that?
Like not just with knives and kind of
why what is the attraction to the whole EDC thing
it's the whole community, but it's also just what I'm into in my own personal time. Like I'm not just in how to explain, I'm not just into knives, I'm into other things. Like I'm into hiking and bushcrafting and shelter building and fire making. Like I'm into all sorts of different things. So to just focus on knives doesn't make sense in my mind.
No, I get that completely.
Over here, Sean, I was very much into bushcraft. That's where I started, was bushcraft. And knives were just a simple thing that I used to make fires, to build shelters, to do whatever. Yeah. And that's how I got started. And then when I stopped bushcrafting, then I get into knives.
Yeah.
But over here, I don't know whether it's the same. I think it is the same in America. But before I got into the knife community, the bushcrafting community is a whole separate thing, because most of the time it's fixed blades. You know, I didn't need a penknife when I had a fixed blade, so that was it. I had an open L I used to use for cutting my meat up, and you know, when I'm making a pot of stew or something, an open L.
Open L's.
It was only an open L6 too. It wasn't a big one, but I used it for everything. It's still in that drawer there. I don't know what age it is now, but I loved it. So is it still the same in America? Do you have a bushcraft complete sort of community and then the knife community separate, or do they mix?
I'm going to say it's kind of separated, even though it's the same. It's still kind of separated. You got the bushcraft guys, and then you have the knife reviewers. And rarely do they kind of go into like each other's things.
No.
If that makes sense. Like right now we have.
But I think you've got points of contact and overlap and definitely and things like that. So I guarantee you a lot of the bushcraft community all over the world watch DBK, you know, the Dutch bushcraft. So it's interesting. So can I ask a deeply personal question?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Okay. Sean, I know this might be a difficult one for you to answer, but
do you need to whisper this to me first? No, I want to.
How many Molly pouches and packs do you have
around me right now?
Yeah. I will start there.
I have my bug out bag sitting over here because I wasn't sure if I was going to need anything for this live.
What were you expecting?
I love that. I love
the this pouch sitting here that's sitting on my table that's full of wonderful goodness. So that's pretty much it right now.
It's just
I meant more. How many do you have in the whole house?
Oh, in the whole house? Oh God, too many.
Yeah,
like, too many backpacks.
Your wife has them as well. Then
what's that?
Does your wife have them as well?
Yeah, my wife's got a bug out bag. Of course, I made it for her. But yeah.
Does she share your knife passion at all?
So when we went to Smoky Mountain Knife first, she picked up a little knife. I don't know. It was probably an inch long. It was a what's their brand? Brain farting here, guys.
A Rough Rider.
Rough Rider, a little Rough Rider, and she carries that. She loves it. And then she started to want to use my micro SD all the time when she's doing her crafts because of the scissors, Judd.
Yeah.
But
she's a girl. She's more proof do you need? She's a girl doing crafts.
I tried asking her hand, but she wouldn't have it.
That there's something wrong with that?
Yes.
But she went.
Be very careful. Be very careful. Sorry, go ahead, Sean.
She went out the other day and she bought her own Swiss Army knife SD, which I was pretty proud of her for wanting to go get her own knife.
Yes, it's where it all starts. Where it all starts.
Oh yeah, she's deep.
Yeah, my wife has 3 now, and they're always small. And she got a Rough Rider with a lady's leg.
Yeah,
and then she got somebody sent her, not somebody, one of my subscribers sent her a beautiful knife. It's a dragon. It's like a wee dragonfly, but it's in titanium and aluminium.
The ladybug, is it?
No. It's I can't remember. It doesn't matter. She has that one, and what else does she have? She has
the grasshopper.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
No, okay.
But she has 3B tiny knives, and she uses the wee sack more than any because of the scissors. Yep. She does needlework, and she uses it all the time.
Yeah. Does she do crocheting or knitting or what?
Yeah, crocheting more. She doesn't do knitting anymore, but she used to. But she does crocheting and so I call it all knit. I don't know what it is.
Stitch, I think it is.
It's like white goods. I don't know the language for them.
So, I actually EDC a little square my wife made me.
Yeah. Good for you. You see.
You've got a pal.
You keep the things alive. That's how you build relationships. You see.
In years to come, people are going to think, where did that Nancy club start from? And you two are the founding members.
I've got nearly 20 subscribers already signed up to Judd's Nancy Boy Club.
By the way,
Nancy Boy Club. That's funny.
Please go and check Ghost Malone EDC on Instagram, on YouTube. Are you on Facebook as well?
No, I'm not on Facebook.
What are you on Instagram? Let people know.
Same Ghost Malone EDC on across everything that I'm on, which is just YouTube and Instagram.
Cool. Brilliant. Please go and check them out. You can stop now because nothing interesting is going to happen. We've talked about all the good stuff.
No, we haven't because I've got another question. Okay, and it's related to the pouches. All right, so it's not personal this time. This is just I'm kind of hoping that you have an answer for it. You know the way, no matter how many pouches you get, right, and no matter how you fill the pouches, there's no such thing as the perfect pouch.
Oh no.
And the perfect set of contents in a pouch.
No.
It's either overstuffed or under. Have you ever solved it?
No, it's ever changing. Yeah. It's ever changing.
I'm just getting into it.
Yeah, and I mean, I've gone through the whole raft. I've tried Max Petition and Viperator, or the new one at the minute that I'm trying out. They're really, really good. Slippy's been all over the Viperade pouches.
Yeah, I got a Viperade pouch. I love it.
Yeah, they're fantastic quality and good. But again, it's a case of you either put too much in or you don't have enough in it. And it's just driving me absolutely bloody mad. Yeah. And it has for years, I have to say, because I've never been able to find the perfect bag.
Much like your bug out bag, Justin has more pouches than the average woman has handbags.
And apparently I have to stop saying the word pouch, because in my Northern Ireland accent, it probably sounds dirty. I'm not sure what way it works. But.
Yeah, it's ever changing for me because like I live where there's 4 seasons, you know, winter, spring, summer, fall. Yeah. But like the weather can change. I mean, we've had days where we've got 7 inches of snow, and the next day it's 65 degrees, and the next day 15 degrees. I mean, it just.
Welcome to Northern Ireland.
Yeah. So like. My bug out bag constantly changes. Like right now I need to change it again because it's wintertime and I have to take, you know, warmer stuff and get it somehow in the bag that's already stuffed.
That's it. It's just never change. I mean, I got to the point where I just decided, you know what? I'm not even going to try anymore. What I'm going to do is I'm going to minimalize everything so that it just is, what do I need to have in the pocket?
Do you know, I always think with a pouch, that especially when I used to do bushcraft and all, if you've had something in your pouch for 6 months and you haven't used it, get rid of it and put something else in.
Yeah, and
that way you sort of build it slowly, because you don't want to do it after a month.
Yeah.
But if it hasn't been used for 6 months, get it out, put something else in.
Yeah, but there are certain things that you do carry.
Stop it, you're doing it.
There are certain things that you do carry just in case, you know, like wee mini sort of boo-boo kits and things like that you hope never to use.
Boo-boo kit's an exception. Every bag should have a boo-boo kit in it.
Very true.
My wallet has a boo-boo kit in it. So.
Yeah, I have some just in case items, but I mean, when we were talking earlier before we got on this live about kind of the collection, the knife collection and stuff, like minimalist is kind of the way I'm heading to. Like in my carries, like I only want to carry what I'm going to need and that's it.
Yeah.
There was a time when I had 50, 60 knives in my collection and it got so overwhelming that I just couldn't, you know, I was carrying 6, 7 knives on me so I could carry them.
I know. And I mean, every EDC video that you see, every pouch that you see, it always has 3 knives in it. And I'm going, they're really nice knives. Well, why the hell do you need 3?
You know? This is my right here.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's it. That's perfect.
Yep. And I don't even have to take this flashlight out of the pouch. So I can just use it.
I do pretty much the same. I've got a wee sack and a wee torch, and that's my wallet. So
see, I use slips. I have a complete I have boxes of slips, literally boxes of slips. I just can't stop buying slips.
They're so addictive. So are Hanks. Hanks are addictive for me too. For some reason,
that's a whole different ballgame.
I've stopped carrying the Hank because I never used it. It was one of them things that for about a year I carried a Hank.
No,
that's different. Yeah,
no, that's what I call product placement. That is perfect. Right there. These are available where, Sean?
I actually will have some of those available soon. When I get my website and stuff going, that's a completely different live, though.
Yeah, but you need to get somebody that'll tattoo the Ghost Malone logo on your arms. Have you got a ghost on your arms?
I do not. No.
Oh, that's shocking.
No, but I have some spots left where I can still get tattooed. So
Yeah, well, there is a question for you in the chat. You can see it there. It's from the Poor Man. What's the feeling about the Wazoo pendant you're wearing? Is that something that I shouldn't ask? Or
it's a wee fire steel and a striker.
Oh, is that really?
Yeah, the fire steel and striker I have used works out pretty good. I definitely love this. I wear this all the time. And then this is the Wazoo Viking Whetstone, which is really awesome for putting. I like it.
You mean a whetstone as in a sharpening stone?
Yeah, a little sharpening stone. Yeah.
Oh, that's handy. I like things like that.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's just that is the Nancy Club. I don't wear jewelry.
comes in handy a lot especially when you're, out hiking and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can see that.
With
I
knives,
definitely fancy wee fire steel.
With knives, especially like this. Patty, you know what this is? The Bark River Bravo 1.
Oh yes.
But being able to use such a small knife and curving around that convex edge, such a small whetstone is really nice.
Yeah. It's a beautiful knife. It really is.
Man.
Oh no, I know what I want for Christmas. That's not. No.
It is just a gorgeous knife. I love and I haven't even got to use it yet. Yeah. It's been so wet here.
I'll tell you, the two bushcraft knives I use the most, which actually, believe it is not that one. SB4. I love this knife. Absolutely fantastic. But the one I use the most out of any knife I have for that is the Tourfield 2.0.
Right, never tried that. I go back a wee bit longer than you in bushcrafting, probably, but I have the the Mora Robust, the original Mora Robust.
Oh yeah,
it must be 20-year-old now at least.
It's still going, doesn't it?
It's a fantastic knife for no money.
Yeah. I gifted my mom a Mora a couple of years ago, and she loves it.
It's just. But before I came to the knife community, the thought of spending more than £20 on a bushcraft knife, I just didn't see the need, because that knife done it. If it was struggling in some point, I would have changed it. But it just wasn't. It never let me down. I batoned with it. It hasn't even got a full tang, and I beat the snot out of it.
Sean, just we're coming to the up on an hour, which is usually our sort of sweet spot, and apart from anything else, most of these people need to go and take their medicine in the chat. So it is one of that.
Can you see why we don't have any subs?
So just one last question I want to ask you. Where are you based? I know you mentioned talking about hiking the Appalachian Trail and things like that, but are you based on the East Coast down mid-states, or?
No, I'm in the Midwest, pretty much right in smack dab central of America, in Iowa.
In Iowa?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's not fantastic.
Isn't that corn country? Or
yeah.
Hey, look, James Tiberius Kirk came from Iowa, as far as I remember. So there you go. It can't be all bad.
We have the James Kirk, the James Kirk birth site. You can go visit here in Iowa.
You're kidding me.
The birth site of Captain James Kirk. Yeah.
You see, sometimes it pays to be a nerd. Sometimes it pays to be a nerd. Sean, we've broken him. We have broken him.
For those of you over 60, I'm sorry about this. They're talking. I don't even know what they're talking about.
Over 60? It's Star Trek, mate. It's classic Star Trek. It's grew up
children's programs.
Anyway. Sean, it has been
people on the moon. Never.
Well, it's all a conspiracy. Sean, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on, and I really hope that we have you back.
Well, we're going to have him back on because
brilliant.
Ethanol. Hopefully, I'm going to get the knife, and I'm going to carry it for 2 weeks solid as my only knife, which is going to kill me, but I'm going to try it. And then I'm going to come back and do a review, having properly used it. And I'm going to get Sean to come back on that night, and we'll talk through it. The benefits and the what I think of it, basically.
Absolutely.
So I'm really looking forward to
that. Thrifty can
maybe at that time I'll tell you a couple of the mods I like to do.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Very much. I really would love to see you.
Yep.
I think you'll become a regular, Sean.
I wouldn't mind that, man. Patty, I've been watching your channel for years.
Yeah.
So. Don't never admit how many, because he was here long before YouTube was. So
I see somebody. Who was that cheeky? Was that Mikey Newman? Paddy goes back further than the Old Testament. Be off, Mikey.
Oh man,
That's hard.
I know, but he earned it. He took us everywhere for Sharp Show, so he did. So he earned it. Sean, absolute pleasure. Please. This one?
No, the one above it.
Paddy and nowhere. We're It's all true. It's all true. Sean, give our best to your wife, lovely wife as well, and for
Hope she gets better soon.
And look forward to seeing you next time, mate. I'll keep an eye. Look, get some more content out there, because I know you took a wee hiatus and whatever, but it's good.
Yeah, I got married. And
Sean, I would love you see if you do on your YouTube channel. You see if you've done a breakdown of the sack knife, the initial one, what you can buy, and some of the other tools. I'll get the video out there in my crowd, but I'll also promote it because a lot of people will love to see that. Especially now when there's more choice. When you first started, there wasn't any choice.
No, it was one.
Much choice, and you've got most of it, if not all of it. But it'd be lovely to see a collection, and I would definitely push that video because I just think I'm so excited about getting this as much as any other knife.
No, don't get too excited until you get it.
Yes, if I get it.
Cheaper. Don't put no pressure. Like, come on. I mean. Okay.
Sorry, Sean.
Oh, it's all right.
He's been finger flipping. We don't know what the hell he's been doing tonight.
I was here and I was like, oh, nobody said bye. Well,
is that the way they end the show?
You know it's bad, Sean. You know it's bad when he's giving me technical pointers. I must be in a bad place.
Personally, I think it's down to him being late and then he's rushed every week.
There's plenty of time. I arrived exactly when I was supposed to be here.
Look, take care. Really loved having you on the program. I hope people enjoyed hearing about something that's different.
Yeah.
And I know, it is an expensive thing, but like, if you can't afford it, it's not that I feel sorry for you because there's so many things I can't afford. Do you know what I mean? So we're all in that position, no matter what your pay grade is. There's lots of things you can't afford, but if you can, or if you can save for it, I'm hoping this is something that's worth saving for, like a Leatherman.
But even if it's not, it's lovely to talk about it and to see somebody else's experience about it. So I mean, and that's what this is all about. It's about sharing our experience, insight, and passion for these different things. So it's been an absolute. Thrifty saying that I'm fired. He's not employing me yet, so I can't be fired. And Tony saying that. You seem like a nice fella, even if you do look like a felon. Or a fallen. Or don't worry about Tony. He can't spell.
You're a fallen boy. You're a fallen.
Oh, he can't spell. He did correct him. I shouldn't cast aspersions.
No, aspersions are good.
I think, unfortunately, I know we're getting ready towards the end of our show. Ask actually just messaged me. They're gonna hop on the live real quick.
Are they? Oh, very good.
I don't know if you think a couple more minutes.
We're more than happy to talk to them.
Very much.
Talk to them, absolutely.
Do you want us to send them if you send us their email, we'll send them the link.
Give me 1 second here.
If you send it to my phone, Sean, and I'll send them the link.
You want to send it to your phone?
Yeah. Send their email to my phone, and then I can.
Can I just say, Thrifty, that I didn't do that? Apparently, I was too late to get those titles up. So that's all his nibs. But you're quite right. Hey, there's nothing wrong with a quest, especially if it's in search of a ghost.
What did I say? A quest. It's up and up there all night.
Yeah, and here's us criticizing Tony for crying out loud.
We're only an hour on, so nobody else picked us up with that.
Oh, I know.
The quest
always,
for Ghost Malone.
I swear, Thrifty saves these.
He does,
he does. And then he likes to get the last dig in. He does. He really does.
But he does it well.
He does it well. He does it well.
I think I think they're trying to figure out where to go here, Paddy.
Do you need us? Do they have a link? We could send them the link to this if they have an email address.
I just sent it to Paddy's phone.
All right, hang on, I'll get it. There's no problem. It'll go to them. Let me just get this. Justin will do this in seconds because he is so good. Where are they?
Sure.
Where are they?
So I had emailed him earlier about our live, and I think they're just now getting time to tune in. So
yeah, hang on. I'm just going to get it wherever it is. Gone. It's Jack Wolf. Nice.
Where did it came in on your email, though, didn't it?
Right, hang on. Go to my email.
Was it an email you sent, or was it on
Instagram?
Instagram on Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. Sorry.
No, that's WhatsApp.
Oh, that's yeah.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. There it is.
Sales
at. Okay. Give me a sec. Talk amongst yourselves, fellas, while I send this.
Yeah.
Attention, Jeff.
Okay. Sales at.
I get it wrong. Oh, sales.
At. ASK.
Yeah, guys, ASK should be in at least in the comments shortly. So if anybody has a direct question they want to ask them,
You haven't got nice.
And it's
Johnny
FAO Jeff.
GEOFF.
There we go. So I'll just send it.
Yeah.
We
We'll send that to him now, mate.
yeah, it looks like their admin account is in right now. At least
All
in
right.
the comments.
We've sent him a link to come on the chat if he wants to come on.
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Where's what's his admin called?
Copy
I
that.
think it's the FJB LGB.
Yeah. Paste. Oh no, it won't go into the comments, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah.
They should get it now anyway. They should.
Yeah, it should be in their email or in a few minutes. So,
Okay.
but yeah. So anyway, while we're waiting,
Yeah.
Stephen got was doing a thing today on the
Viper.
on the Viper Twin, and funnily enough, what happened was that I just got a hold of the Viper Hug. Now, I personally think that my knife is much nicer than his knife. But I'm willing to take your comments in the chat box and ignore them if they don't agree with me. So by all means, please, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer mine, which is gorgeous, or
the upgraded version, which is even
ugly.
more gorgeous?
Ugly.
And it's got a pound.
It's got a what?
It's got a pound.
A poon?
A harpoon shaped
Oh,
blade.
it is nice, actually.
Yeah,
It's
lovely,
lovely,
yeah.
It's not as nice as mine. And yes, you're quite right. The Italian style is awesome.
Could you pin the FJB LGB guys? That's ASK right there. That's the admin.
Okay,
Can we
these
what?
guys show. Yeah, FJB.
Oh yes, you got it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's ASK.
Yeah, gotcha. No, and I was trying to send the link via the comments, but unfortunately, it doesn't go for some reason.
Okay.
Hang on a second. Let's see. Copy. Let's see.
Well, if anybody had a direct question they wanted to ask to them,
Up there.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
either in the comments or if you guys had a
Send that to.
No, I'm sending it to everybody.
All right.
Now, I don't want everybody coming into StreamYard, but please, FJB, if you can use that link, that will probably link you directly through. But I know what you lot are like. Mikey, do not come try and get into this. We will keep you logged out if you do. But
FJB. Who's that again? What's his name?
That's it's FJB LGB. That's ASK.
that's
ASK.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Right. Is there anything that we left out that you think we should have put into the show? Because we are really into pushing this because I think it's such a fabulous tool. Well, I'm into pushing it.
Yeah. Oh, me too. Me too. That's why I'm glad you guys had me come on and let me give a feel on it. So
Definitely. And I think over in the UK, especially, and probably Europe as well, although I don't know whether they sell into Europe. I haven't checked.
Oh no, they're apparently they're selling in Heine. The ask is in
Is it in
Heine.
Heine?
Yeah,
oh,
and,
right. That's brilliant.
Paul Joseph Buggle was saying that they sell it in Spain as well. Now it's going for €2.99 in Spain.
Right.
So,
I can push it on Heine, and I'm doing this on behalf of Ghost Malone, not on behalf of Paddy. And it's him that's kind enough to come on, and I really want him, to get the benefit of it, because if he hadn't have brought this up, we wouldn't know anything in the UK at all. There's very little about the knife, and it seems such a waste not to get not to get it out there and let people see what they like. So, have we had any response now?
FJB, any luck getting on? Let us know in the comments if you've got either your email or if the link's working. Now, if this was Thrifty and Slippy, they would have this done really smoothly without any problems.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
I thought you were brighter than what you actually are.
Well, I think you may have overestimated, especially.
I think you led me up the garden path, which is quite easy.
Kind of won this, anyways.
Well, what can we get? What can we do? I mean, we can only work with what we've got, and when it's so limited, then. I mean, why am I putting myself down? All of these slabbers in the car, all they ever do is put me down. Why do I contribute to it?
I don't know whether it's putting you down or just putting you right.
Well, it's always a possibility. We're in business.
Oh, there we go.
We are in business, and we are adding to the stage.
Oh, it's Greg himself.
It's Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah, this is. I'm much better looking than Greg.
Jesus, Jeff! I thought that was Greg there.
Let me actually see if he's available. He was just on the shitter.
Hi, Jeff. You're good to talk to anyway. Don't worry.
Okay, hold on.
So hold on a wee second. We'll bump you up.
Jeff and Greg are brothers. Who would have known that? And you heard it here first.
Yeah.
For the love of all that's holy, Jeff, don't take it to the loo, though. Please don't take it to the shitter. Right for us.
There's this live NXT broadcast with these two guys from Ireland. They were asking for you. Okay. Well, it's like a thing. Yeah. Okay. I'll say hi to everybody.
Awesome. Well, looks like we're going to get a special treat.
Yeah, Jeff, thank you very much for taking the time to come on our wee show anyway. You're very welcome.
Hey, Greg.
Who's we showing me on here?
Greg,
I didn't know Jeff was your brother.
He's my brother from a different mother.
It really is. I actually thought it was you when it first came up. You're very welcome to tell him. I'm Steve or Paddy, whichever you want. This is Justin. We have your friend and ours, Ghost Malone, Sean here. And he's been going over the ask with us. Because it's not something I don't know anybody over here that's got one. And I don't know anybody over here that's plugging them. But it's something that I think should be plugged. Because I think it's just a fantastic concept.
You like it?
Well, I haven't seen one in the live yet, but I watch Sean's channel and I see it on there. So I'm hoping to get one soon in hand, and I'll certainly let you know.
Sean, what do you think about it? You got the #1 knife, right?
Yeah.
This is actually still the #1 right here in my hand, just with some stuff switched out on it, dude. It's still rocking.
That's pretty hilarious. I carry mine all the time too. I love it.
Yeah. Dude, I can't get enough of it. It's definitely fantastic. So
we just went through we're nearly at the end of the program. So we just went through, Sean broke the knife down, told us all about it and what tools are available, at the minute. And it looks like you're just going to keep adding to the tool set, I take it?
Yeah, I tried to come up with a platform that had, the whole thinking was like for either 2, 4, or 6 tools and kind of flat, kind of tough, rugged, and premium materials instead of mass production materials.
Yeah. It's funny, we talked a lot about it tonight because people are tending to, especially sort of over here where they don't know about it, people are confusing it with a Swiss Army knife, and it's not in the same category at all. Yes,
it'd be a whole lot like looking at a Pontiac Fiero and a Ferrari, a LaFerrari.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Justin is a Swiss knife fan, but he is dying to see what this is like in hand and what it compares to. I mean, he has drawers full of these things, and they are good. They're a good tool, But this
Yeah.
is the marine version of a Swiss Army knife.
So the
Just
thing
to quote
about
your terms.
the thing about the Swiss Army knife, and I would never want to ever belittle the company. What they do is
No.
fuck all amazing. Like
Absolutely.
it's amazing, amazing. It's just if you're a cutlery person, it's more of a gift shop kind of knife.
Yeah.
And I know there are guys who are really into them because it doesn't get you in trouble at work, and it's legal most places, and there's a little fetish around them. And it's an amazing, amazing, amazing company.
Only you could call it a fetish. Thank you so much. A fetish.
I know.
That's what I'm going to call you from now on.
He's not wrong, though. He is not wrong.
So it's not to belittle the company. I mean, believe me, if Swiss Army Knife or Victorinox reached out to me and said, "Greg, we love your style. Would you come on and be a principal leadership of the company? We want to bring it into the next century." I would drop everything I'm doing to be a part of it. It's an amazing, everything about it's amazing. But
I just think for such a company that makes such a budget knife, basically, their fit and finish for years has never dropped.
Amazing. Yeah.
Just beyond anything.
If you look at the company and what they've been able to do, it's fucking it's awe-inspiring. And nobody in their right fucking mind would go into competition against them, which is why I decided to make something kind of similar form factor, like a LaFerrari versus a Firebird Fiero. It's, but when you get your hands on it, when you feel it, when you work it, when you sharpen it, when you pry with it, when you twist something, you're like, oh shit, this is a real thing.
Yeah.
And I've always found them, although they make wonderful tools, I found them to be a little light in their ruggedness department, because that's not really what they're meant for.
They're definitely. They're more of an EDC knife than they are for a hard beater knife. For actual good hard work.
I would agree. Yeah. I would even think they're a domestic EDC.
Yeah, definitely.
Or like if you're gay, you carry a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
Like if you're gay,
I'll hand you over to Justin for that. Can we discuss that tonight?
Well, there's snag free. So if you're going to prison, you can put it right up your rectum, and they won't care.
All right, we're definitely going places we don't want to go right now.
Sorry about that.
Don't worry about it, Greg.
That's
I'm
why
totally kidding. I'm totally kidding, you bunch of homos.
He fits right in here, doesn't he?
He does, yeah, he really does. Yeah.
But I have to tell you, though, Greg, that this boy here, Sean, is doing a great job for you. And honestly, he needs a raise, if nothing else.
Listen, anything would be a raise.
These guys, I just do it because I love his knives.
Yeah, and honestly, his passion came across every now and then.
All right, so listen, you guys, I put together knives this morning, and I have a massage scheduled here in a few minutes here at the factory. So is there anything you guys need from me?
No, thank you so much for coming on.
So much
really
for coming
appreciate
on.
it.
Absolute pleasure.
And good luck with the knife going forward.
Thanks. And I'm actually not getting a massage. My dad is sitting here. He's a retired psychologist, and I got broken up. My girlfriend broke up with me a month ago, so he's literally giving me a therapy session on my broken heart.
Oh, my man. It's always nice to have that kind of skill set in the family.
Hang on. You're thinking we're going to accept the fact that you actually have a heart.
No, that's true. I don't. All right, listen, you bunch of Irish homos. I'll see you around campus.
Take care, buddy. Thanks very much.
Bye.
All right, see you, fellas.
Bye.
See you, Sean.
Yep.
Now, on that, Sean, we are definitely going. I don't think we can top that. Sean, well done. That was a nice one to end it on.
Really good. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Banned from the studio. It came up on a wee thing below there. It said banned from the studio underneath Greg.
Sean, you take care of yourself.
It's been a pleasure, and we'll do it more often. Thank you so much.
Sounds great, guys.
Really appreciate it. Take care now.
And folks, thank you everybody in the chat and for sticking around and bearing with it. That's got to be a first on Paddy's Potato Peelers or anybody else.
Chuffed. I am chuffed. I don't care if we get banned now.
wait, let's see what YouTube does with that. Yeah, that's going to be hilarious.
Definitely.
You take it easy, Sean.
Take care. Thank you, everybody in the talk box. You're amazing.
Bye now.
Bye now. Bye.